Okay, so sorry guys, we had to dip away just a little bit, but we're back. We're back on track. So what I was saying was I was feeling like I had to fit into their box in order to work with the system, but then it's like we already took our kids out of school, so obviously that's not the system that we're aligned with.
Absolutely.
And so we're focusing on making reading as fun as possible to get kids as excited as possible. And so we have this concept for a game show,
Mm.
right? So it's a game
Good.
show based on our comic books and reading our stories.
Okay.
So the whole overall campaign that we have for reading is called the Reading Revolution. So that's going to be the name of the game show.
The
And
Reading
then
Revolution.
Reading
All
Revolution.
right, Revolution
Yeah.
reading. There we go.
Yay. And then there's
Okay.
going to be two different editions, one for the older kids, one for young adults, and one for the elementary kids.
Okay.
So I'm just really excited. I have more to share soon, but we're going to
Awesome.
kick off in Georgia. Maybe we'll do like Georgia and Florida so
Okay.
that we can get as many kids on board as possible and then
Let's
just, keep expanding. So
let's do it.
that's my passion project. I'm
Awesome.
working
Awesome.
on.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thanks,
Cannot wait
Lynn.
for that to kick off.
Yay, I'm excited. So now
Yes.
I've monopolized enough of this portion. So you please share, what is your passion project? What are you working on right
Oh
now?
my I'm working on a few things. Well, as you know, guys, I have the businesses are ones the skincare and the hair care, the herbal skincare, herbal hair care. So right now, I'm in the process of revamping the websites, making it easier to find products and categorizing things in the right way so that you guys can find exactly what you need. So that's always the biggest passion project because it takes everything, from the
Mm-hmm.
research of the ingredients to making sure that everything is successful when I create it and then trying it on myself and my family. So that's the biggest thing ever, and it's always a work in progress, making it as special and as unique as I am and you are, and I just want it to be just like something that you can't find anywhere else. And that really brings to life everything that is going on in this crazy head of mine. So it's
It's like sunshine.
it's always a treat, yeah, and it's
Yay,
always
always
great when it comes
me.
together. So that's the biggest one, and then on the education side, started with a new school, as I mentioned in the last show, a
Mm-hmm.
Montessori school, and I'm going to be. I feel like Montessori aligns the closest to my ideal of the education.
Mm-hmm.
It's if it's not 100%, it's the closest that I've
Mm-hmm.
found, because focus on individualized learning and allowing the child, that not putting them in just like a box of you have to do this along with everyone else the exact same way that everyone
Mm-hmm.
does it. So I'm gonna be getting some training in that. I was researching a lot of the training, so that's gonna be something that I'm looking forward to as an educator, and I'll provide more updates as I get them. But I'm still an educator, and I feel like that's something that'll be good for like just overall the
Yeah,
future, and just bringing. I don't want that to go away. Like all the stuff that
yeah.
I have going on, I still want to incorporate education always, as well as my creativity, which has a lot of different branches. So that's what brought Z and I together, is the education.
Yay.
And regardless of what form it takes, it'll always be a big part, of our lives.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I didn't even know. I don't know if I told you this before, but we talked about, if you listen to our other episodes so far, this is
mhm.
number three. This is number three. But we talked a bit about what got us into teaching, how we may have stumbled upon teaching as a profession. And very interesting. So please take a listen back to
Yes,
issues
take a
to
listen if you're
episodes
not
1 and 2.
sure.
But I thought
Yes.
all of my parents and my grandparents, well, on my father's side, education, and Keely 2 generations. on his side
Yeah.
during
Yeah.
education.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
and it's
Yes.
always a blessing to be able to help inspire a young mind and touch a heart. And
Absolutely.
it's not an easy task. Hats off to my classroom teachers out there. I know you guys have been going so hard for so long,
Yeah.
and don't think it
Yeah. It
escapes
is
us
not
how
easy.
hard you go. If I had the money, everyone would get a raise, but unfortunately, I do not. But hopefully, we can talk about teacher side hustles and things like that
Oh
to help
yes, because
you
we
not,
we are the queens of side hustle.
man. So maybe we can talk about cool things like that to
That should
help,
be, yeah, we can do that on the next show.
help
Tune in to
support.
the next show where we will talk about
Yeah,
side
yeah, it's a better be awesome
hustles.
side hustle. Well, so and sometimes maybe your side hustle is passion driven and it becomes your
It
main. So
happens all the time. Stranger
yeah,
things have happened.
so
Yes.
yeah, so we're sending positive vibes. We're sending joy your way, and hopefully you're pursuing your passions. Hopefully you have something in your life that makes you happy to get up in the morning. And if you
Yes.
don't, I really pray and
Make
hope that you can find it. Make
yes,
some
find
time.
it.
Make a little list and say, hey, what makes me happy? What are
Mm.
my dreams? I know some dreams that we had when we were kids may not necessarily align with who we are now. Oh, I guess that leads us into our
It
questions,
leads
right?
us. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yay, that leads us into our questions. I didn't even know that that's what I was doing. But yeah.
All
Okay.
right. So, okay, I'll read the question. All right.
Okay,
If
you
you, or
can
did you want
read
to
and
read the question?
you can read the
You
question and I'll answer
okay. So,
first.
when you were a kid, what did you think you would grow up to be?
Okay, when I was a kid, but it is so the easiest answer, I guess there's a couple answers.
Yeah.
So definitively when I mean, I guess from the age of maybe 4 or 5, like as early as maybe 5 or 6, I wanted to be a singer and an actress, but like an actor who sings, not a singer who acts. I wanted to be an actor who sings and do musicals
Yes.
and things. And
Yes.
I don't necessarily jive with Disney anymore. We don't have to get into the reasons why, but I was went super hard for Disney growing up, like most kids in our generation. And the Mickey Mouse Club, I was like,
That was your
listen,
jam.
that's me. They're waiting for
Mhm.
me. I don't know how they're having this show without me right now. Because I don't know if I told you, my father was an actor. So he was a college professor, but that ended up coming after he did his big touring and acting. Like that was his big career was acting, and then he got into his teaching. Um, you good? I didn't know
Yes,
if you
I'm
were
good. I'm
quiet.
good.
You
I'm
good?
good.
Okay, okay. You had like a mom look to the
Yeah,
side.
yeah, because I'm hearing vocals,
Okay.
background vocals. That's okay.
Okay, but if there's any if we hear any background stuff, we'll see. But we know that you're a mom, and we know we're moms, we're family,
Yes.
so things happen sometimes. But yeah.
Okay.
So Mickey Mouse Club, I was like, they just created this show because they need me to come on there, and then it seems
Yes.
like right when I started hitting that age where I could have been old enough, it was going off or something. I don't know.
Yes. Yes.
But that was, and then, my dad was an actor and he toured and stuff. So I was like, well, that's just it. That's what I have to be. And then that was it through college, my dear. For a brief
Mm.
stint, I considered lawyering. So I
Oh
considered
my
law.
goodness.
When I joined the speech and
Yes.
debate team, I was like, I
Yes.
argue good. I just might need to be lawyer.
Hmm.
And I also considered medicine, but
Yeah,
now
so much in
I'm on
common.
the holistic side, of the
Yes.
medicine stuff. So
Yes.
all of these
Absolutely.
things, they're a part of my world. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I guess yeah, that's what I thought I would be. Okay.
Okay.
Now your
Awesome.
turn.
Oh my goodness. I can copy and paste because a lot of similarities, a lot of similarities between us.
That's
So
great.
I would say, yeah, from the age of 4 or 5, it was singer, just because music was always
Mm-hmm.
like really big. Growing up, it was always like music was huge, and then just the joy from singing, fearing my mom sing and everyone around. It was just
Yay.
always a huge thing. My sister would had chorus. And she would sing,
Yay.
she would learn all these songs, and she would come home and teach me, and then we would sing
Oh,
together, and we would record it and send it to my
oh,
grandparents
yay.
and do little routines like dancing, singing routines and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that, and even though I was a shy child, I always saw myself pushing past it at some point and doing it. Although, yeah,
Yay.
it was something that I struggled with, just being in front of people and like doing stuff like that. But absolutely a passion. Very first, I would
Yay.
definitely say. And then it went from that to writing, to like creative writing and things like that. And then it went from that to health type things, psychology. I was like, maybe teenage was like
Mm-hmm.
psychology and things like that. Um, More so, and more into like, well, when I was in like a car accident, I was hit by a
Mm-hmm.
car, and I thought, okay, why did this happen? I was 15 years old. What's the
Okay.
reason for this?
Okay.
There had to be a purpose. So I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Maybe this. I'm meant to be a physical therapist
Okay.
because I needed physical therapy. I'm like, I would have never thought about physical therapy if this had not happened. So I'm like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
putting all these like reasons behind things and like, trying to figure out. So I had physical therapy, I had creative writing, and then I also had law in there because I wanted to fight for people,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though,
me too.
again, I didn't like arguing. I'm kind of like non-confrontational unless there's a
Yeah.
cause behind it, and
Yeah.
then that pushes me. If there's no like active pressing thing that's pushing it, then I'm not just gonna like argue just for the sake of arguing, even for money. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I was like, so yeah, it went in and out of all those things, and here I am with, I don't know.
Now here you
That
are.
education was never anywhere on my
Yeah, it was
radar. What's the idea of standing in front of any group of people, no matter the age, and talking terrified me. So I never, ever, ever thought I would ever be an educator, at
that is
all.
so fun. I didn't either, and I told you it's in my family legacy,
Yeah,
but
yes,
I
mine
enjoy
as
it,
well,
and I
but just never saw it. Never saw
yeah,
it.
and I guess working to do it in a different kind of way. Like most, I still do. I teach with a program based out of Washington that is mostly ESL students, but it's not presented as ESL. Now they're at the point they know their English, but they're going above and beyond, or the parents want that extra support for them to keep growing.
Yeah, yeah,
So, and then I do my tutoring, the tutoring. But we've been
absolutely.
building out our program for a while. I was like, well, let's get more students, get more students. I'm like, no, no, no. I don't not necessarily get more students right now, but we're gonna do clubs.
Mhm.
Oh, God, now we're back on the teaching, but that's so funny. We're
That's
gonna do
okay.
clubs,
Mhm. Mhm.
which are gonna be really cool. So I'm looking forward to maybe launching those before winter break, maybe launching that stuff kind of in November. So
Okay.
by the time this airs, those clubs will be ready to register,
Yes, by
moms.
the time this airs, yeah, there's gonna be a lot
Yeah, there's gonna be
going
a lot of cool
on.
stuff for you to see by the time this airs. But okay,
All
because I think we're
right.
probably almost at our
We are
time.
good. We are out of
Okay.
time. We are right
Okay.
there, right now. Perfect.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Well, I think that was really, really nice, Lynn. I did not know about what happened at 15. The car accident. So I may, if you want to talk about that, I'll be
Yeah.
happy. We both have our miracles, right? We both have our miracles.
Absolutely.
We've been blessed in so many
Absolutely.
ways. Mhm. Well, I'm happy for our time as always.
Yes.
And
Always, always.
yay, I'm happy you
Yeah.
guys are joining us. I hope that you'll continue to join us. If this is your first time listening, go back and listen to episodes 1 and 2. And we're working to do this every week, ladies and
Every week.
gentlemen. Let's
Yes.
what we say we're gonna sip, shine, and grow
Mhm.
together. Okay? Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cheers.
So, cheers.
Okay, Lynn. I'll see you
All
later.
right. I'll see you later. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, guys.